Hi, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to another episode of Basic Yoga Flow. My name is Pamela, and thank you for joining me this rainy afternoon. Okay, so before we get started, stand by your usual props. Okay, so it'd be good to have two yoga blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can always just replace them with thick books or even two water bottles of roughly the same height. Okay, so it could assist you in some of the balancing poses and some of the forward folds. Towel as well to pad your knees with when you're doing kneeling poses, especially if you have sensitive knees. And yeah, so most importantly, just try your best to follow the cues, watch what I'm doing. If you need to rest at any point in time, please do so. Okay, don't have to wait for me to cue into a break. Okay, so what we will be working on today would be some variations of planks and side planks, some hip work, and just do your best. Don't have to do every single option. Take an option that suits your practice. Okay, let's get started. So can we all get started by lying down on your back? Okay. So as you come onto your back, bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Okay, so you're starting in a butterfly pose. So if this is not exactly comfortable for you, this is where you could take your blocks or take your books, place them underneath your knees so you're in a more supported butterfly. Okay, or even pillows, okay, if you don't have blocks with you. So drawing your heels closer to your groin area. Press the heels together, gently pushing little toes down to the mat. Just relax your hands beside your body and close your eyes. So we're starting the class with a hip opening pose. Next, as you allow your eyes to softly close, begin to soften the space between your eyebrows and just relax your jaw. Turning your awareness inwards. And just noticing the breath moving in and out through your nose. Noticing your belly and your chest expanding as you breathe in, and belly and chest falls and softens or deflates as you breathe out. Again, inhale, noticing these areas expanding, and as you exhale, your belly deflates as you draw your navel back to your spine. So just continue with a few more rounds of deep belly breathing at your own pace. And try to also just let your mind be quiet. So let go of anything that doesn't serve you over the next hour or next 45 minutes. Letting go of any thoughts and any distractions. And just try your very best to be both physically and mentally present on your mat. One more round here with eyes still closed. On your next inhalation, blink open your eyes very gently. Nice. Now from here, guide your knees together. Straightening the left leg down to the mat. Hug the right knee to your chest. Okay, so you're going to interlace the fingers around your right shin. Gently draw the knee into your chest as you keep both shoulders down on the mat and broaden through your collarbones. Nice. Okay, so left foot, the straight leg that's on the mat, just keep your foot active. You could flex it, point it, or do a combination flank as you spread all 5 left toes. Nice. Now from knee to chest, just move your right knee a little bit out towards your right side. Okay, so the knee is now closer to your right armpit. Nice. Now left hip stays down, so you're lifting the bottom of the mat. Breathe here. And into your half happy baby. Okay, so bend your right knee to like a 90-degree angle. If you can, you're going to hold on to the little toe side of your right foot. If you can't reach it, you could always grab hold of ankle, calf, or maybe press the back of your right thigh down gently. So gently pulling the knee down towards the mat. As you keep the knee close to your rib cage, Nice, see? So the knee doesn't press into the chest. Knee close to the rib cage. Can you at the same time resist this by pushing your right foot against your right palm upwards while pulling that right knee down? So you're creating a little bit of resistance. Left hip stays level. If you wish, your left palm could also be placed on top of your thigh bone. Just ground that hip. Nice. Now from here, keep your right leg still in that same shape. Just lower your right hand down to the floor. You're going to do a unsupported Supta Padang Gostasana. Okay, so right knee stays bent. With control, start to lower your right leg down towards your right side. Okay, so I'm still keeping the knee bent. Now try to maintain same height with the big toe side of your right foot and your right knee. Okay, so the right foot is not higher this way. So as you lower down, everything lowers at the same height. Stay. So if your left palm is off the mat, use your left palm. Just gently push your left thigh down. Option 1, stay here, your knee is bent. Option 2, maybe straighten your right leg out towards your right side. So as you straighten out to the right side, again, spread out 5 right toes. Nice, a little bit more into your right inner thigh. Breathe. Those with a straight leg, rebend your right knee. Slowly, take your right knee back towards the center. And let's release, straighten your right leg down. Okay, other side. Hug the left knee to your chest. Fingers interlace around the left shin. Okay, so shoulders down, collarbones broad. Breathe. Nice, again, so your right leg that's straight on the mat. Just keep your foot active. From here, shift your left knee a little bit more to your left armpit. Okay, so shoulders are down, collarbones broad. And into your half happy baby. Sole of your foot facing upwards. Again, so 90-degree angle. So left elbow will be inside of your left knee. Hold the little toe side or whole ankle or cuff of your left leg. Pull that left knee downwards towards the mat. Again, as you're doing so, ground down to your right hip. So you pull your left foot downwards. At the same time, push your left foot gently against your left palm. Nice. Now from here, lower your left hand down to the floor. With control, lower your left leg down to the left side. Again, so it doesn't have to be super low. Stay here. Again, just try to keep the height of the big toe side of your left foot and your left knee in line. Okay, so option 1, stay here. Your left knee remains bent. Option 2, feel free to straighten your left leg out to the left side if you have the space. Okay, so right palm, again, you might want to just place it on top of your thigh bone. Push that right thigh bone down gently. Hold. Nice. Now rebend your left knee if it's straight. Bring your left foot back towards the center. Straighten your left leg down to the mat. Okay, from lying on your back, let's turn yourself around and lie on your belly. Okay, let me just turn the other way. Okay. Okay, so lie on your belly. As you come onto your belly, Sphinx pose. So you're going to prop yourself up on your forearms. Okay, forearms are about shoulder width distance apart. Press down through your thighs. Okay, so noticing you're not collapsing through your shoulders. Roll shoulders back. Excuse me. Broaden through your collarbones and draw shoulder blades closer together. Okay, so you're going to repeat what we did lying down just moments ago in this Sphinx pose. From here now, bend your right knee. Okay, so you're going to bend your right knee as you bring your heel to your bum. Okay, can you turn your right knee out towards your right side? So externally rotate, right knee out towards your right side. Nice, and then just line up your right ankle with your right knee. So this resembles that Supta Padang Gostasana unsupported pose we just did moments ago on your back. Now option 1, you can stay here, your knees bent. Option 2, maybe straighten your right leg out towards your right side. Now as you straighten out towards the right side, see if you can just line up your right hip with your right foot. So you might need to move your right foot forward a little bit more. So you're still pressing the floor with both forearms, shoulders away from ears. And keep that lift in that lower belly, ribs in. Nice. Now from here, rebend your right knee. Slowly. Turn the right knee towards the back edge of the mat. And re-straighten your right leg. Okay, let's do that once more. Bend your right knee. Bring the heel to your bum. Take the knee out to the side. So externally rotate. Option 1, you just stay here. So just keep your knee in line with your ankle, like a Supta Padang Gostasana variation. Option 2, straighten your right leg out towards your right side. Nice and easy again. So press down to your forearms, look forward, keep that lift in that lower belly, and try to square off your hips. Okay, so you're not leaning onto your left side. Lower your right hip down. Rebend that right knee, slowly. Retracing the steps, point the knee back. and re-straighten your right leg. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm just going to turn around so you can see my left leg. You don't have to move. Okay, so again, so starting in a Sphinx pose now. From here, bend your left knee, bring the heel to your bum. Take the left knee out to the side, open up, so externally rotate. See how you feel again. Just keep your knee bent. If you're staying with the knee bent, try to, again, let's bring the height of your knee a bit higher so your knee is in line with your hip. Stay here or straighten your left leg out to the left side. Again, so you're still pressing down through your forearms, keeping that lift in that lower belly. Shoulders away from ears, hold. Nice, now let's come back. Retrace the steps, rebend your left knee. Slowly. Point that left knee backwards and straighten your left leg back. Once more. Bend your left knee, heel to bum. Externally rotate, take the knee out to the side. Maybe stay here, option 1. Option 2, straighten your left leg out to the left. Again, so if you can, bring the foot a little bit more front, okay? So as high as your hip, if you can. Again, so your left hip doesn't lift, ground down through your left hip. Keep the ribs and belly in. Press down through both forearms, shoulders away from ears. Nice, now take it back, rebend your left knee. Point your left knee backwards. And re-straighten your left leg. Nice, now hands on the mat beside your chest. Just push yourself back up, come up to a comfortable seat. Okay, so sit facing the front, any cross-legged position. Once you're here, seated side bends. Let's walk the right hand out towards your right side. You're going to stretch your left arm overhead. Okay, so as you reach through your fingertips, lengthening the left side of your body a little bit more. You can just bend your right elbow slightly or maybe lower the right forearm down. So as you lower the right forearm down, you're gently pushing the floor with your right forearm. Keep your left hip down. Stretch your left side of your waist. Again, so if straightening the hand doesn't work for you, you can always bend your elbow. Or maybe just keep your hand on your hip. One more big breath here. Nice. Now inhale back up to center. Other side. Walking the left hand out to the left now. Slowly stretch your right arm overhead. Again, so reaching through your fingertips. Nice. Okay, so stay here. Maybe lower your left forearm down to the floor. As you ground down through your right hip, roll right shoulder back. Okay, so you're not collapsing. Shoulders are squaring forwards. Inhale. Come back up to center. Nice. Now once you're here, cactus your hands. Let's work on some shoulder stretches. Can you cross right hand on top of your left? Okay, so you're crossing above your elbows like you're making an X shape. For today, could you at least try to maybe get into a single bind? So single bind is bringing the back of your hands together to touch. Okay, so this is option 1. Option 2, to get into a double bind with your palms facing outwards. So you don't turn your palms at all. Wrap your wrist around. Okay, so this is different from turning your palms in to bring your hands to touch. So again, palms are facing out. Wrap your wrist around. Double bind. Okay, nice. Now gently lifting your elbows up slightly with hands away from your face, shoulders down, away from ears. Okay, just softly. Okay, so ribs are in, belly in, neutral spine. You're going to add on, can you now tilt the forearms down towards your right side. So it's not a big movement. Again, as you tilt onto your right, tendency is now for the left shoulder to hike up. Can you keep your left shoulder down? Okay, so shoulders are even. Gently lowering the head down towards your left shoulder. So as though you want your left ear to touch your left shoulder. Noticing the stretch on the right side of your neck. Come back to center. Uncross your hands. Other side. Cross left hand on top of right. Single bind again. So maybe, even if the back of your hands can't touch, then you stay like that. If you can, press the back of your hands together. Option 1 to stay here. Option 2, take a double bind. Again, gently lifting elbows, hands away from face, shoulders down. Okay, so this is your eagle arms. Okay, so level shoulders. Once you're ready, start to tilt forearms down towards the left. Okay, so right shoulder stays down. Stay, hold. And then can we just gently lower the right ear to your right shoulder. Okay, so the head and hands are in opposite direction. Come back to center. Release your hands. One more bind. With your right shoulder now, internally rotate. So turn that right shoulder downwards. Keep a bend in your elbow as you wrap your right hand around the back. Okay, let me just turn around to show you from the back. So your right palm will now be facing outwards. If you can, bring your hand high up between the shoulder blades. If you need a little bit of help, your left hand can help to guide your elbow in, wiggle the palm up. Nice. Now option 1, use a towel, hold the towel with your left hand, pass it to your right hand this way. Option 2, if you can, bending your elbow and grabbing hold of your fingers. Okay, so you're either pulling onto your fingers or you're pulling a towel or strap. Okay, so keep your left elbow pointing upwards, right shoulder hip back so it's not collapsing forwards, lightly pulling your fingers or towel apart energetically. Okay. Gomukhasana bind, cow face bind. Sit up taller, again, ribs in, belly in. If you can, maybe bringing the left forearm to the back of your head, if you can. And gently release, come back to center, other side. Okay, so left shoulder inwards, bring your left hand around the back. If you need to, your right hand can just help to guide your elbow in and up. Stretch your right hand up, grab hold of your towel if you need. Reach for your fingers or hold a towel. Again, so right elbow will be pointing upwards. Left shoulder hip back, okay, so it's not collapsing to the front. Keep your collarbones broad, ribs in. Lightly pull the fingers or towel apart energetically. And release. Release your hands. Come onto your hands and knees. Okay, so balancing tabletop. Now, as you come onto your hands and knees, so side plank and planks being weight-bearing poses, we're going to spend a bit more time on your hands. Again, just look at your own fingers. Can you just practice, keeping index fingers pointing forwards and always gripping the mat with your finger pads, your knuckles, especially this part of your palm, so the base of your index fingers and your thumbs. Okay, so grip the mat with those areas that I've just mentioned. Grip the mat and you want to push the floor away, okay, so you're not sinking through your hands. Okay, so push the floor away with your hands. Now keeping your upper back broad. Nice. Now from here, straighten your legs. Plank pose, high push-up. Okay, first weight bearing pose. Again, just look at your own fingers. Are you still gripping those areas? So you're like clawing the mat. Grip down especially through the inner edges of your palms. Now keep the upper back protracted. Okay, so you're spreading shoulder blades away from each other. Ribs in, belly in. Breathe. Nice. Now holding this distance between your hands and your feet if you can. Lift your hips back up. Downward facing dog. Okay, so first down dog of the day. Okay, so down dog is also another weight-bearing pose. Can you press the floor away, grip the mat? Nice. Now you might want to start to move here in down dog. So you can either pedal your legs, yes, I'm doing so, by bending one knee and straightening your other leg. You could also be lifting your heels as you lower your heels down to your right. Come back to center and do the other side. If it feels right, might also want to gently shake and nod your head. Okay, so just some suggestions on moving in your down dog before you find stillness. So if your hamstrings are tighter, you might want to bend your knees slightly, lift the heels, keep the spine long. Okay, so you don't want to be rounding in your down dog if your hamstrings are tight. Press the floor with your palms. Keep nice long spine. Lift the sitting bones high. Okay, finding stillness in down dog. Once you're done moving, hold here. Okay, so it's a very active pose. Again, strengthen your hands, press the floor away more. Look forward at your hands. Let's step your right foot forward, big step. Again, so if it doesn't step forward quite smoothly, it's stuck in the middle, just pick your right foot up with your right palm and shift the right foot forward. Lower the left knee down to the mat. Inhale, lifting your chest up. Anjaneyasana. Okay, so chest upright, hips squaring forward. Stretch your arms out for a moment. Okay, so reach out through your fingertips. Sit the hips down and forward. Now you're squeezing legs right to left, front to back. Nice, let's revisit the bind we've already done. Cactus your hands, let's take Garudasana. Crossing right hand on top of left. Again, maybe stay in single bind, so press the back of your hands against each other. Maybe take a double bind. Next, now from here, lifting. Elbows up slightly, hands away from face, shoulders down away from your ears. Continue to keep your ribs in, belly in. Release your bind. Hands on the mat. Taking this into a simple twist. Left palm stays on the mat. Twist on your exhale turn towards the right side as you stretch your right hand up. Nice. Now, if you're comfortable, feel free to look up at your right fingertips. Now, from here, right hand holds right hip. We're going to set up our side plank hand position. So just walk your left hand about 1 inch forward. Again, so actively grip the floor, press the floor away. Now, to transition to your easy side plank, okay, so just watch the left leg. You're going to turn your left foot out. So it forms like a kickstand now as you turn your left foot out towards the left side edge of the mat. Step your right foot back. Okay, so as you step your right foot back, I'm going to line up your left wrist with left knee and arch of your right foot. Let me just turn to face this way so you can see me. Okay, so left wrist, left knee, right foot. Keep your left thigh vertical. Stretch your right hand up. So this is option 1 for side plank, easiest variation. Now let's try option 2. Right foot, so that's a straight leg. Bring your right foot to the middle. So you're going to line up your right knee, right toes, and right hip. Okay, press the floor with your left palm. Slowly straighten your left leg back. Okay, so as I straighten my left leg back, noticing I'm on the knife edge side of my left foot. Okay, so I'm not just balancing on my toes, I'm on the knife edge side, little toe side. Flex your foot, press the floor strongly with your left hand. Okay, nice. Now from here, lower your right hand down to the floor. Slowly. Let's step back. Plank pose. Stay for a moment in your plank. Again, you're gripping the mat, pressing the floor with your palms. A little bit more core work now. Holding your plank, and you now lift your right foot. As you lift your right foot, so your hips aren't turning open, square off your hips, straighten the leg, keep the ribs in, belly in. Single leg plank. Lower your right foot, downward facing dog. Go back. Okay, so coming back to your inverted V shape. Okay, so gripping the mat, strongly press the floor away, lengthen through your spine, up to your hips and down to your heels. Look forward at your hands, step your left foot forward, big step, softly. Right knee on the mat, inhale, lift your chest up, Anjaneyasana. Okay, so hips squaring forward, stretch your arms overhead for a moment. Okay, so this stretches the front part of your right thigh hip flexor. Can you now cactus your hands? Cross left hand on top of right. Single bind, double bind. Again, gently lifting your elbows with hands away from face, shoulders down. Nice, okay. So all the while, again, your ribs are in, belly in. Keep the chest lifted. Release your bind, hands on the mat. Simple twist, right palm stays. Twist on your exhale, stretch your left hand upwards. Okay, so you're reaching through your fingertips. Left knee stays pointing forward. Nice, now left hand holds left hip. Walk your right hand again about 1 inch forward so the wrist is just a little bit in front of the shoulder. Grip the mat, easy side plank. From here, turn your right foot out. So it forms a kickstand. Straighten your left leg back. Okay, so right knee, right hip, right hand, right knee, left foot, they all line up with each other. Option 1, okay, so easiest variation. Again, you want to grip the mat, press the floor with your right palm. Option 2, okay, so you can see from the back view now, left hand holds left, stretch your left hand up, my back, okay? Continue to stretch your left hand upwards. Bring your left foot to the middle. Right leg extends back. Stay on the knife edge side of your right foot. Again, so don't shrug that right shoulder away from here. Push the floor away with your right palm. So in terms of looking, you can look down, look to the side, look upwards, wherever feels comfortable. From here, lower your left hand down to the mat, plank. Take your time, adjust, high push-up position. Okay, so been here before. Okay, so shoulders stacking over wrists, grip the floor, press the floor away, keep your upper back protracted. Single leg plank on the other leg now. Lift your left leg. So hips don't shift, nothing changes. Keep the ribs in, belly in. Just let it hover a few inches off the mat. Lower your left foot down. Downward facing dog. Go back. Nice. Now from down dog, look forward at your hands. Bend your knees. Slowly walk your feet forward or just take tiny steps all the way to the top edge of the mat as we come into a forward fold, Uttanasana. So keeping your feet about hip width distance. Can always bend your knees to start. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, fold forwards, bringing your belly closer to your thighs. Root to rise, coming up. Push down through your feet. Let's roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Sweeping your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, just going to practice one balancing pose from here. Hang on. Okay, so tree pose, hands to hips. Shifting the weight now to your left foot. Can you lift your right knee? Okay, so it's similar action to what we did lying down at the start. Okay, you now open the knee out to the side. Remember we did this in Sphinx pose, we turn the knee out to the side. Holding onto your right ankle with your right hand, place your right foot against your left inner thigh. Okay, so this is option one. If you can't balance here, you could always bring it against your calf, maybe against your ankle. Okay, so as high as low as you want, just maybe try to avoid your knee area. So right knee out to the side, hips are level. Ribs in, belly in. Hands can stay at your heart center. Or if you wish, stretch your arms overhead. Okay, so standing leg is strong, spread the toes. And think about pushing your right foot into your left leg presses back. Lower your hands down to your hips, remember this shape. Lower your right foot down. Okay, let's do the other side. Shifting the weight now to your right foot. Lift the left knee. Take the knee out to the side. Left hand holds left ankle. Place the foot as high or as low as you want. Okay, maybe just avoiding the kneecap area. Knee points out to the side. Hips are level. Hands could be here at heart center, or stretch your arms overhead. Okay, so growing tall in your tree. Left foot presses into your right leg. Focus on one stationary point in front. That's going to help with your balance. Nice. Now lower hands down to hips. Lower your left foot down to the mat. Nice. Okay, so wherever you are, just make sure you can see the screen. Just take a big step back now with your leg. Nice wide stance. Okay, so wide enough as you stretch your arms out sideways. See if your ankles are below your wrist, roughly. Okay, we're going to take a warrior two shape. Turning your right foot forward. Bend your right knee. Nice, okay, and so if you can, you're going to keep your right knee square, so knees on top of ankle. If it's too much for your knee, just soften that bend. If you can, bend the knee to 90 degrees. Again, just lining up your knee with your second toe. And lining up the heel of your right foot to the arch of your back foot. Okay, so back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Straight arms, look past your right fingertips. Nice, ribs in, belly in, lengthening tailbone downwards. Hold the shape of your legs, let's reverse. Flip the right palm up on your inhale. Exhale, sweep your right arm overhead. Okay, so nothing changes from your waist down. Upper body is doing that side bend like what we did at the start of the class. Inhale, back up to center, warrior two. Nice. Side angle. Lower your right forearm down to your right thigh. Stretch your left arm overhead. Okay, so keeping the left bicep next to your left ear. Reach through your fingertips. You're gently pressing the right forearm into your right thigh. Roll your left armpit back. Right rib revolving under and up. Okay, so you're not collapsing in side angle. So you're pushing down through your left foot. Nice long line on the left side of your waist. Breathe. From here, look down at the floor. Place both your hands down. Lower your left knee down first. Okay, we're going to take a lizard pose. So from here, just shift the right foot about 1 or 2 inches out to your right side with your toes turned out slightly. Can you place both your palms inside of your right foot on the mat? Option 1, your hands this way. Option 2, use your blocks. Lower down to your blocks. Option 3 would be having your elbows on the mat directly. Okay, so elbows on the mat or elbows on blocks. Breathe. Okay, so hips are level. Keep the spine long, lengthen all the way to the crown of your head. And right shin stays vertical. Okay, so let me just turn around so you can have a better view. Okay, so if your foot is somewhere behind like that in lizard, pick the right foot up, shift the right foot forward. So try to keep the knee on top of your ankle. Nice, gaze forward softly, breathe. From here, come back up onto your palms if you're on your forearms. Okay, we're going to do that same transition back to easy side plank, like what we did earlier. Similar way. Right hand holds right hip. Left leg. Turn your left foot out so it forms that kickstand. Right leg is going to now step back. Nice, okay, so familiar shape. Okay, so left wrist, left knee, arch of your right foot, they line up. Stretch your right hand up. Option 1. Option 2. Bring your right foot to the middle. Okay, so it's a revision. Push down through your right foot. Now keep your knee and the hip in line. Stretch your left leg back. Okay, so on the knife edge side of your left foot. Again, so strong left hand, grip the floor, press the floor away. Now option 3 gets a little bit harder. Can you now step your right foot back? So as you step back, you could maybe be placing right foot in front of your left. Maybe right foot stacks on top of left. Breathe. Okay, so squeeze the inner thighs together. Lift your hips. I know left hand might be wobbly. It gets better with practice. And slowly lower your right hand down to the mat. Plank pose. Nice. Now from this plank, drop your knees down. Okay, so variation of your plank, forearm plank. Lower down to your forearms. So the setup is quite similar to Sphinx pose earlier. Again, so forearms are shoulder width. If you need to, measure the distance by holding on to opposite arms. Once you're ready, push down through your forearms. Re-straighten your legs, lift your knees. Okay, so elbows in line with shoulders. Push the floor away with both forearms. Draw shoulders away from ears. Upper back stays broad. Forearm plank. Very nice. Now from here, knees down. Straighten your hands. Lift your knees once more, plank pose. And downward facing dog, go back. Okay, so coming back to your inverted V. Nice, now look forward at your hands. Bend your knees. Walk your feet forward. Or tiny steps forward to the top edge of the mat into a forward fold. Feet about hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Root to rise, push down through your feet. Slowly roll up. Okay, sweeping your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Nice. Okay, so as you turn to face the long side edge of the mat, again, take a super wide stance. Big step back. Okay, so we're going to do warrior 2 and the other poses on the other leg. So stretch your arms out sideways. You can see if your ankles are below your wrists. Can you now turn your left toes forward? Bend your left knee. Okay, so knee is on top of ankle, knee in line with your second toe. Grounding down through your right foot. So the legs are just doing this action. So it feels as though they are dragging towards each other, okay? Dragging your feet towards each other. Like you want to crumple the mat between your legs. Straight arms, look past your left fingers. From here, let's reverse. Flip your left arm up on your inhale. Exhale, sweep your arm overhead, reach it back. Okay, so you're resting right hand lightly on your right leg. Now notice the hip bones are still level. I haven't shifted anything. Stretch through your fingertips, more breathe. Inhale, come back up, warrior 2. Side angle, lower your left forearm down to your left thigh. Sweep your right arm overhead. Okay, so you're gently pushing into your left thigh with your left forearm. Reach through your right fingertips. Okay, so if this bothers you, you can always take modifications. You can bend your elbow or maybe place your hand on your hip. Okay, so root down through your right foot. Lengthen size of your waist long. Nice, now look down at the floor. Place both your palms down. Lower the right knee down first. Okay, as we set up our lizard pose. So you're going to shift the left foot about 1 or 2 inches out to the left side. Turning your toes out as you place both your palms on the mat inside of your left foot. So option 1 is stay here. 2, use your blocks. 3, forearms on the mat directly. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the other way so you can see my left foot. Okay, so keeping the front shin vertical, so the knee is on top of ankle. Nice, okay, so lengthen spine. Keep the collarbones broad here. Okay, so you're stretching front part of your right thigh hip flexor. Ground your rear and left side, a minor stretch on your left hamstring. Breathe here. Those who are on your forearms, come back up onto your palms. Again, slowly setting up the transition to easy side plank. Left hand holds left hip. Right foot, spin it out. Step your left leg back. Ta-da, right here. Okay, so maybe just adjust a bit there. Keep the right knee in line with your right hip. Press the floor with your right palm. Grip the mat. Okay, so just remembering to grip down through all 5 finger pads and knuckles, especially the base of your index fingers and your thumbs. Stretch your left hand out. Option 1. Option 2, bring your left foot in front. Okay, so knee is in line with your hip. Push down through your left foot and your right palm, straighten your right leg back. So you're flexing the foot on the knife edge side of your right foot. Final option, if you're still there, left leg steps back. Okay, so feel free to stay here. You don't have to do final option. Left leg steps back. You can place one foot in front of the other, or feet together. Lift your hips, grip the floor, squeeze the thighs together. Lower your left hand down to the mat. Knees down, forearm plank. Lower down to your forearms. Again, so forearms are about shoulder width distance. Elbows below your shoulders. Once you set it up, re-straighten the legs, lift your thighs. Okay, so you're not sinking here. Again, you press the floor with your forearms, ribs in, upper back remains broad. Look forward softly. Nice, now knees down to the mat. Sit back for a moment, child's pose. Okay, so it's a quick little break here in child's pose. If you need more time in child's pose, you're welcome to stay. Otherwise, walk your hands back towards your knees and sit upright. Okay, we're going to explore one more variation of side plank. So before we actually do that, we're going to do a prep work in a similar shape. Okay, so as you sit on your hips now, can you please lean over to, okay, I'm going to start my left side. Okay, so lean onto your left side. For lack of a better name, I shall call this a Cleopatra pose. So as you lean onto your left side, you're going to bring your left elbow to the mat. So I'm leaning on my left rib, left thigh. Try to get your left armpit as close to the mat as you can. Right palm is on the mat next to your chest for support. Can you start to straighten both legs? Nice, okay, so you're pushing down through your left upper arm, balancing your left side. Okay, you now start to lift your right leg. Okay, so lifting that right leg, hold. Nice, you're going to add on. So think tree pose on your right side, like how we did our tree earlier. Bend your right knee, open the knee out to the side. Place your right foot against your left leg. Okay, so you might need to reach for your right foot with your right hand. Set up the foot a little bit higher if you need to. Press the right foot into your left leg. Nice, now, and that straight leg, your left leg again. So keep it active, flex the foot. Nice, so right knee is pointing upwards, not pointing to the front. Okay, remember this shape. Slowly release, re-straighten your right leg. And lower your right foot down. Okay, other side. So push yourself back up to a seat and then just switch sides. Lean onto your right side. Hang on, let me just get this out of the way. So lean onto your right side, Cleopatra pose. So the right palm is supporting your head. Bring the right armpit closer to the floor. Left hand is on the mat next to your chest. Okay, so take your time. Stack your legs straight. Once you're ready, lift your left leg. Bend your knee. Turn the knee out to the side. Okay, so all these are similar actions to what we've been doing. Remember at the start we were on our belly, we were on our back, working on opening the hip out to the side. Okay, so left knee points upwards. If you need to, your left hand can also just help to place the foot a little bit higher against your inner thigh and balance. Nice, now right foot is active, flex the foot, whoa. Okay, so if you fall back like me, just come back. Nice, okay, so left foot presses into your right leg, breathe. From here, re-straighten your left leg. Lower your left foot back down. Sit back up. Okay, so that was a tree pose variation. We're going to work on that in side plank now. Okay, so once you're ready, come back up onto tabletop position. Okay, so I'm going to go through option 1, 2, and 3 again. So starting from easiest to a little bit more challenging. Feel free to stop at whatever option you need. Okay, so from here, from tabletop, turn your right foot out. So right foot against a kickstand. Right palm stays on the mat. Straighten your left leg back. Okay, so familiar shape. Again, if your wrist is behind your shoulder this way, please just walk your right hand a little bit more forward. Okay, so slightly in front of your right shoulder. Stretch your left hand out. Okay, so right thigh stays vertical. Breathe. Option 2, once you're ready. Left foot in front. Straighten your right leg back. This is option 2. Feel free to stay here or take option 3 with me. Step your left foot back. Feel free to stay here or let's try that new variation, your tree pose side plank. So repeating what we did in Cleopatra pose earlier. Lift your left leg, bend the knee, open the knee out to the side, place the foot against your inner thigh. So if you need to, again, your left hand can reach for your ankle, foot presses into your leg, lift your hips. Okay, so you could also bring the foot against your calf. That works too. Okay, so lift the hips, press the floor with your right palm. Nice. You might find more stability to it if you try to ground that right foot. Gently release, straighten your left leg, lower your left foot down, lower your left hand down, plank, knees to the floor, tabletop. Okay, so that's one variation of side plank. Let's do the other side. Turn your left foot out, straighten your right leg back. Again, so left wrist, left knee, right foot lines up, stretch your right hand up. Option 1. Option 2, bring your right foot to center, straighten your left leg back. Nice. Okay, so on the little toe side of your left foot, press the floor with your left palm. Option 3, step your right foot back, squeeze inner thighs together. Remember, wherever you are, again, you still be mindful of your breath. Final option, lift your right foot, bend the knee, open the knee out to the side, place the foot against your inner thigh. Okay, so maybe lifting the hips a bit more if you can. Grounding down through your left foot. Again, this is just option. You can always stay in 1, 2, and 3 and wait and breathe. Slowly release, straighten your right leg. Lower your right foot down. Plank pose. Nice, and knees on the mat. Sit back on your heels. All right, okay, so we have explored a few variations of planks and side planks. So we spent a lot of time doing this action with your wrist. Let's do a counter for that. Okay, and then we'll start to cool down. So come back to a tabletop. So counter pose for that, can you flip your palms up? Okay, so maybe just do it one hand at a time. So flip your left palm up first to start. So right hand will be neutral. Pressing down through the back of your left hand, start to shift your hips back. Okay, so as you shift your hips back, the hips don't necessarily have to touch your heels. Sit back. Try to keep, again, the back of your left hand down into the floor. Come back to center. Other side. Left hand goes back to neutral. Flip your right palm upwards. Pushing down through the back of your right palm. Shift the hips back. Nice. Now come back to center. Right hand goes back to neutral. From here, sit back on your heels. Make a fist and do clockwise about 5 rounds and anti-clockwise 5 rounds as well, rotation. Okay, then once you're done one side, just switch sides. Nice. Okay, slowly release. Once you're ready, just sit on the mat. Okay, any comfortable cross-legged position. Okay, moving on to a seated twist. Can you now place your right hand over left knee? Left hand on the mat behind your back. Okay, let me just show you from the side. Okay, so left fingers will point back. Right hand over left knee. Take an inhale here as you lengthen. Exhale, gently twist towards your left side. Okay, so looking past left shoulder. If you can, if not, just look to the side. Okay, so in twisting poses, protect your lower back by engaging the core. Or think about keeping ribs in, belly in, like you're wearing a corset. So right palm is pushing into your left thigh gently. Left thigh resisting that. Breathe. Release your twist. Look forward. Other side. Left hand over right knee. Right hand on the mat behind your back. You can take an inhale here, lengthen. Exhale, twist towards your right. Okay, so shoulders are level. Ribs and belly in. Maybe looking past the right shoulder. Release your twist. Look forward. Straighten both legs to the front. Okay, Gomukhasana legs. Okay, so step by step again. Just bend your right knee first. Cross your right thigh on top of your left. Option 1, half cow. So your knees are stacked ideally. Option 2, only if it's accessible. Again, don't force it. Bend your left knee. Bring the heel next to your hip. So the further the feet are from your hips, more intense. If it's too much for you, bring the heels closer. Can adjust here by lifting your hips, squeeze the inner thighs together, and sit the hips back down. Okay, just stay here for a moment. Nice, okay, so actively squeeze inner thighs. Keep this nice long spine, sit up taller. Nice, let's do the other side. Uncross your legs, straighten them. Starting with your left knee, bend the knee, cross your left thigh on top of your right. Stay here, option 1. Option 2, fold your right foot in as well. Again, so hugging in the thighs together. Do any adjustments, maybe lifting hips as you sit the hips back down. Okay, so actively squeeze in the thighs. Stay here, breathe. So both sitting bones are heavy, both sitting bones are on the mat. Gently release, uncross your legs. Just come back to a nice, comfortable seat. Resting once again, the hands on your knees, palms will be facing upwards. Just close your eyes briefly. Okay, so you're closing off the practice in a quiet seated meditation. Okay, relaxing once again the space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. And just let the body be completely still for the next few moments. Again, just focusing on the breath, moving in and out through your nose. And perhaps just practice same count breathing. So maybe 5 or 6 seconds to breathe in, and same amount of time to breathe out. Couple more breaths here with eyes still closed. Nice. You can either continue to keep your hands on your knees or join me in Anjali Mudra, palms together to touch at your heart center. Slowly bring the awareness back to your body by blinking your eyes open very gently. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me in another episode of Basic Yoga Flow. I hope you all had fun and had a little bit more clarity on how side planks look like or how they feel like and what are the options that you can take. Okay, I will see you guys next week, same time, same place. Have a great weekend ahead. Thank you. Bye.